everyone, and welcome to another episode of Deb Marlowe's Regency Kitchen. Today we're doing Mrs. Beatty's sticky pudding. You wouldn't think pudding is a complicated term, but it actually has a lot of different definitions and connotations. In America, of course, we think of pudding as a milky custard-like dessert. In the UK, in the modern vernacular, pudding just means the dessert course. Somebody might ask, what's for pudding? Historically, pudding meant a savory dish, and it would be like anything that you mix the ingredients together and encased it and steamed it or boiled it to cook it. So for example, haggis would be a pudding, all those ingredients, minced ingredients mixed in and cooked that way. Or another term is Yorkshire pudding, which is eggs and flour and water all mixed together to make a popover type dish that will hold gravy, or bangers and mash or something like that. But it can also mean a sweet, pudding can also mean a sweet dish, and that's what we're going to do today with Mrs. Beatty's sticky pudding. This recipe is inspired by one of my books, The Lady's Legacy, and in it, Reese is the hero, and he is an artist. He's also a bit of a hedonist, and he loves wine, women, and song, and food. And as he travels to paint, he picks his lodgings in a new city based on the food, and it's Mrs. Beatty's sticky pudding that wins him over in Edinburgh. So I decided to go ahead and try this recipe. It's not that difficult. It's a cake-based sponge cake, and it has a delicious caramel sauce that goes over the top. That's the toffee part of the sticky toffee pudding. And I've actually made it several times for my writer friends, and everybody really seems to love it. So I hope you'll give it a try, and I hope you'll love it too. So let's get to it. Here are the ingredients for sticky pudding. Most of them are staples from the pantry. All-purpose flour, butter, sugar, vanilla, baking soda, baking powder, sea salt. Dates might be more unusual, but you can usually find them in the grocery store near like the raisins and that kind of thing. So the first thing you're going to do is boil together the dates and 1 1/4 cups of water. And then you're going to remove it from the heat, and I'm doing this one-handed. And you're going to add the baking soda, and it's going to make it foam up. Stir it up good, and let it cool down. Don't be afraid when it gets all foamy. Now, I've used my electric mixer to beat together my sugar, butter, and vanilla, and I've got this grainy mixture. And I'm going to add 1 egg, and then half of my dry ingredients mixed together, and then half of the date mixture, the boiled water, dates, and baking soda. Then I'm going to repeat egg, dry ingredients, and date mixture, and then we'll have our batter. And when you've got your batter all mixed, this is what it looks like. You put it in your greased and floured bundt pan, and we're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for about 40 minutes. Then we'll check it and see if it's done. Here's the pudding when it's finished, and we're going to let it cool on this rack for about 30 minutes and let it cool before we take it out of the bundt pan and let it cool all the way down. It smells really good in here. And here we have the pudding all finished and cooling. And over here, I've mixed some butter and heavy cream and light brown sugar, and I'm going to let it boil, and then I'm going to stir it continuously for 3 minutes while it cooks. And at the end, I'm going to add some vanilla. And if you like, at that point, you can also add some brandy. If I was making it for Reese, I would definitely add some brandy. I don't keep a lot of it on hand at the house, and it's just for my family, so we're going to do without it today. And here is the finished product, our slice of sticky pudding with the caramel sauce drizzled over. I like to store the caramel sauce separately if I'm not going to serve the whole cake at once, and then just drizzle it on slice by slice. So if you give it a shot, I hope you enjoy.